Hi everyone, good morning. It's Tuesday. Happy CPI. It is Tuesday, January 13th. I watched I guess as all of you have, I watched the CPI reaction this morning, always as expected. A little bit of craziness. Good morning. I'm just currently on the 5-minute chart. I notice one of the things that sticks out at me on the chart is Asia and London ranged last night, which means it engineered liquidity above and below. So this morning, CPI has taken out liquidity above, so above London high, above Asia high, and previous day high. And just looking at ES here, ES has also taken out previous day high. ES has taken out London low, but not Asia low. NQ has not taken out London low. Anyway, these are just the things that striking me on the chart early this morning. Just looking at the 4-hour candles, we can see that starting at 1800 hours last night, pretty much every 4-hour candle that opened up just had a small wick to the downside, showing a little bit of strength to the upside, but pretty much just in a range. So to be expected the morning before CPI, not much is going to happen. My game plan for today is I am bullish. It's my higher time frame, and I will just be waiting to see when price opens. I won't be doing anything before 10 o'clock, and maybe not even this morning. Hi, World. How are you this morning? Thanks for joining us. So I will be looking for maybe even the 1040. See if there's a manipulation at 1040, but I'm in no rush on CPI morning to enter a position. I'm just waiting for my setup. I know my setup when I see it. I don't trade anything else, and I'm looking for manipulation, a reversal, or potentially a continuation if it's strong. Good. Got a lot of snow here, world, over the past week. Oh my gosh. It's a little bit mild today. I've got the windows open, so I hope the noise isn't too much, but I've had a lot of snow. I'm looking at previous month high up here. Just go to the 1-hour chart. This was price on Monday. This was the low on Friday. Then Monday, we had a nice SMT. Price moved up yesterday. Came back into this hourly BISI here, and we've just been hovering above this. Oh, you're back in Texas. What's the weather like in Texas? It's above zero for sure, or above 35 Fahrenheit, I would think. So this morning we've taken out previous day high, previous week high. And this area up here, as we discussed on Sunday, this is an area of interest to me where these multiple highs were put in, and that is around the previous month high. We have equal highs here, and that's at around 26, 121. That's an area of interest to me and possibly higher. If we look at the 4-hour, we can just zoom out a little bit more here. So this is the area of interest for me this morning where these equal highs have been. And then this SIBI, this is a 1 hour SIBI here that has not, it was formed on November the 2nd. We have not been in here yet. So lots of liquidity here, lots of liquidity, and then all-time highs above. So that's kind of where we are. That's what I'm looking at. I'm just going to go back to the 5-minute chart again. I am never in a rush to enter a trade, and I'm just waiting for my setup. Remember that this channel is for entertainment purposes only. I am an ICT student of 2 years. I don't give advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Trading is risky. I don't encourage anybody to trade. It's cool, is it? Yeah, yeah. It's not bad here. Like it's probably around -5. It's pretty nice, actually. It's only one jacket weather this morning when I was out, as opposed to two. So one of the things that runs through my mind when I'm looking at the charts is where has price been? Who made money? And boy, sometimes TradingView just bounces. 1 second, let me just get my view back here. So I've got NASDAQ on the right and then ES on the left. There we go. So one of the things I ask myself is, okay, so who has made money this morning? Where has liquidity been swept? Who has made money? And where is the next level of liquidity that price will be hunting for in order to fuel its next move? So if we're expecting price to move up, and I'm expecting liquidity to be purged first. And so I'm looking at liquidity. We've already purged Asia high, London low, and previous day high. So this has all been purged. So I'm looking at potentially London low, Asia low for a purge before price wants to move higher. Of course, price is going to do what price wants to do. So we'll see what happens when the market opens. I won't be doing anything at least until that 10 o'clock candle opens. That's one of my strong confluences. I'll move down to the 1-minute charts just so we can see where the first fair value gap opens up. Yeah, I believe on the indices, we're all pointing in the same direction. Yeah, we've all got the 3 indices all in a bullish position. As compared to yesterday, YM yesterday was the sister who went astray. Also notice I've got on my chart here, I've got the new day opening gap from January 6th and 7th down here. New week opening gap from December the 28th, just below London low and just above Asia. And then down here, we've got new day opening gap from January 8th. So these are areas, again, that are of interest to me. If price wants to go higher, it's going to want to collect some liquidity first, or potentially it could. And these are areas of interest to me. So I'm keeping these on my chart for this morning just to see if price has an interest in leveraging some liquidity from here. Hi, Donatest 81416. Good day. Good morning. Hi, Heat Trader. Of course, you're working. You are a hard-working trader. I was out super, super early this morning walking my dog Pie. I don't know. I was up at 5 a.m. I couldn't sleep, and it's CPI day. It's like, it's exciting. Not really. I don't get excited. I have I don't know, just emotionally, I don't really get like highs and lows in trading anymore. I'm just like, it's just, I'm looking for an entry. I'm looking to trade my trade my model. I make sure that I am invested and adhering to basically my system. I don't even refer to it as a model anymore because for me it's a system. And the first thing of interest in my system is risk management. So I have to assess the risk in any trade is my number one thought before I even think of entering a trade. I've been checking the financial calendar just more recently, just because I find things get added to the calendar. It was interesting. Core CPI month over month came in lower than the forecasted 0.3%. So that's really good for the Feds, right? They're going to be happy about that. CPI month over month came in as forecasted 0.3. And then CPI year over year, which is the more important number, came in exactly as forecasted, 2.7%. So that is, it's a strong sign for the finances. And then tomorrow we've got core PPI month over month, core retail sales month over month, and PPI month over month at 8:30 in the morning again. So same time, same station tomorrow. Or dawn breaking in your picture there. I haven't seen the sun like in 10 days or more. It's just overcast here. I'm just going to flip on to the 1 minute. I just want to keep track of where the first presented fair value gap is and see if price makes a run for. Okay, sorry guys, I don't know. Sorry guys, my internet is a little bit staccato this morning. Hashtag small town living. Small first presented gap, very small on NQ, nothing on ES, just a lot of chop right now, just a lot of price distortion. If price just rips up from here, that would be quite interesting. It would be, it would show us that price is extremely bullish, doesn't even want to come down here to grab some of this liquidity. That first fair value gap is gone now. This is the pink hourly CB. Yeah, this is CB, and it looks like price is supporting. This CB is supporting price at this time. So because I'm bullish, I'm interested in a bullish trade. I'm not interested in going short. If this morning has no opportunities for me, then I'm not adverse to coming back this afternoon for the 2 p.m. session. But that's because I don't want to get caught in any entanglements this morning because of CPI news. So just see how this plays out. Normally I don't trade the afternoon. Best way that I can relax in front of the trades is by not having my hand on the mouse. Does everyone here have their hand on the mouse? You should try releasing it. It's a good feeling. When price burned up this morning, it created this SIBI in here. Now this is only on the 1 minute, so just bear that in mind. But price came down. Price came down again. First presented fair value gap. This is a Sibby and a Bissy. And price might use this as support. Price also created this pretty large Bissy here on its run up this morning. And then price repriced about 3/4 of the way into it, and looks like it's moving up now. We have a pretty strong SMT at the bottom here, which commenced in Asia from 5:15 this morning. So this is a 90-minute SMT and a 30-minute and a 10-minute. So it's a very strong bullish SMT. We've got YM that's looking a little bearish, and ES and NQ. Still early to tell here. Really choppy still on ES. So rejected from the previous day high. May be running for some of this liquidity. Not unexpected. This reminds me of ICT's Venom model. Strength up, strength down. So we have ES showing weakness below the fair value gap, the first presented fair value gap, and we've got NQ being a little ambiguous. There was a time that I learned so many ICT strategies that I'd look at a chart like this and I'd see like literally a million different things that pulled me in a million different directions. First presented fair value gap, Venom model, previous day highs, like, but now I'm focused on my model. So, you guys have to do you. Don't look to me for a trade. Don't try and copy my trades because you will not become a good trader that way. You have to develop your own system, your own strategy, what you see on the market really easily. I think that's the best thing is to find something that you can easily identify in the market and something that is repeatable and very mechanical, and then build something with that. So here, it doesn't matter to me what anybody trades. I don't even encourage trading, so just bear that in mind. I am not encouraging anybody to trade here, but just know that I am looking for 2 to 3 good trades a week. Pretty strong rejection on the 1 hour from the previous day highs. But if we were to put a change in the state of delivery on this chart, it would be right here, and we're flirting with it. So it's very ambiguous. Could go higher, could go lower, but for now, there's nothing for me to do. I want to see the 10 o'clock candle open. I'd like to see this run down here and then see price purge some liquidity, and then make a run higher. Because these SMTs here, see how on ES we have this SMT coming down lower and these are coming higher. So these are higher time frame SMTs here. Now price does not have to run down here to purge this liquidity. It could just move higher. But for now, it's showing a little bit of indecisiveness. It's running up and through this first presented fair value gap. ES is below. Why I'm showing some weakness. Yeah, really. This is the 1 hour chart, guys, on the indices here. So we can see these wicks here being rejected from the previous day high. Just looking at our 4 hour candles here, if our 10 o'clock opens and comes down and sweeps all of this takes us right down to Asia low and tapping into this new day opening gap here. Showing some weakness off the first presented fair value gap. Getting a lot of back and forth by NQ in the first presented fair value gap, and we've got ES below that at the midnight level. I heard this great quote. You guys may have heard this. I'm adopting this officially. Yeah, I can't. It was one of the traders that I found on YouTube, um, and he said, "I am in a position. It's the position of patience." So if people ask you if you're in a position, I am in a position. My position is patience. Hey, Sia. Aw, thanks, Sia. You're so sweet. It was still dark outside this morning. I was up so early walking my dog. Like it was dark. I live in Canada, so it's like obviously it's light out now, but it's dark a lot here. And this SIBI is showing some support for ES. YM and ES showing a little bit of weakness, and NQ is on a doji on the 1 hour. So kind of tells us that yeah, just patience here. Asia and London basically ranged overnight, not surprising. So here's Asia here in this blue, and then London. So all of this right here just ranged last night. Not unexpected for the morning before CPI. Stuck in a bit of a wedge here, stuck between support of the SIBI and below, ceiling below the fair value gap. On the 1 hour, that candle is on NQ, it's just a doji. Let me take it to the 1 hour. We just got a doji here. So indecision. Be nice to see price come down, maybe sweep some of this, like take some of this liquidity out here, purge this before moving higher. Now we had this high on Friday, price came down, took out this liquidity, moved higher. We need to see price come down, purge some liquidity before moving up to previous month high or these areas up here. That's why I'm anticipating a bit of a move down here, but like I say, I'm looking for a buy because I am bullish. Notice between these two candles here, this black candle here and this green candle here. Notice it's almost almost, not quite, but it's almost an immediate rebalance. Price came down, moved up, and then price came up, almost rebalanced right here. The low of this candle is, I'll just say the hundreds, 009, and the high of this candle is 008. Actually, it's 75-cent difference. I just think that is so cool when I see that happen on the charts because that's very algorithmically based. Same as here. The high of this black candle is 966.75 and the low of this candle is 966.50. Like, for people who don't believe that the market is algorithmically driven, how can you deny that? Like when you see that kind of precision, it's quite amazing. This black candle, this green one. For CPI morning, it almost feels like the market is in quicksand or something. Like it feels unusually weird. Hey, XMT89. Patience will pay the bills today. I like it. I like it. So often on CPI day, we're so used to seeing the price action being crazy busy, but I almost feel like sometimes this slow motion moonwalk kind of action is even more difficult on the patients, right? As I said earlier, I am in a position. My position is patience. So we have this long wick here on this 4 hour 6 a.m. candle. So price opened, came down, didn't even sweep any of this morning, moved all the way up with CPI, took out previous day high, and then has closed here. Now we have the 10 a.m. candle opening. Price came down into the new day opening gap. Now we've got weakness on YM. Weakness really on NQ. This is the hourly chart, so we see the wicks above, and weakness on ES. Oh, I like that XMT. I believe ICT has mentioned the purpose of this type of price action is designed to wear the trader down before the real move happens. I believe it. I believe it. There used to be a time in my trading career where this would wear me down, but not anymore. I am in a position. It's called patience. Yeah, I'd like to see this get swept. I'd like to see us come down, sweep out all of this, right? New day opening gap, Asia low, London low, and then see the next leg higher. Let's just go back to the hourly here because that's what we've been doing every day, right? Price comes down, takes liquidity, moves up, price comes down, takes liquidity, moves, makes a higher high. And we need to come down here. We need to score some liquidity before moving up to previous month high and into these areas here. So that's my higher time frame framework. So ES has taken Asia low and London low. So remember, when a fellow sister has taken the low, it means that the other indice, meaning NQ, does not have to take that low. But we don't see any type of reversal or anything from ES yet. And that's what would give us a nice SMT is if NQ did not. But I'm just looking here. I think NQ might go down and sweep these previous day low. Be interesting to see if ES gets down here. Just want to go back to the hourly. So on the hourly, we'll see how price reacts inside this hourly BISI, which was created yesterday. We are still above midnight. The range of the 4-hour candles is super, super tight, as we can see. The last 20 hours, this is 20 hours, right? Because it's 4-hour candles, pretty tight. Now, this is taken Asia and London. I think this is where it'd be nice to see the 15-second or 30-second here. See if there's a smart money reversal here now that we've taken Asia low and London low on ES. NQ only came down to sweep, like down to here. I'd still like to see it. I'd still like to see it go lower, but without that 15-second, 30-second, I can't, it's hard to see if there's a smart money reversal here. Change of the state of delivery would be here. But I'm not so quick yet. I still think this is down here is pretty compelling because of all the liquidity. I think XMT said this type of environment is to test the trader. Test us, market. We're here for it. Anytime we get this 4-hour candle with equal kind of wick above and below, it's ambiguity. It's indecisive. So for me, it's just a wait signal. Big SMT. Again, it's because ES has taken Asia and London low, and NQ has not yet. Am I muted? Am I muted? Am I just talking really softly? Can you hear me now? Just USA, can you tell me? Can you hear me? No. No, my mic is on. I should be on. Can someone just put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me? Thank you. Okay. Good morning, Lavir. Lavir, I'm looking at your picture. Is that like a jersey, an athletic jersey? Is that like a basketball jersey? Thank you. Thanks, guys. You know, I've mentioned this time and time again, but that first presented fair value gap, boy, does it ever work really well. You know, if there's anyone here who uses that as a strategy, it's a pretty good strategy. Just in and of itself, it's almost like the new silver bullet. You know, get a rejection off that and away you go, especially if you're a scalper or something. Lavir, I just want to know if you're wearing a jersey. Is that a basketball jersey in your picture? Oh, Jordan, yes. I played basketball for so many years. Lavir, I'm 5'11". Like, needless to say, I played I played some ball in my time. It's a toy. Okay, well anyway, I still like it. Brings back some good memories. So prices come right down to the bottom of the SIBI. SIBI is still holding because wicks do the damage, but the bodies tell the story. Again, ES has taken Asia and London, and NQ has not. Yeah, we have this SMT up here from 9:41 this morning. But again, on the higher time frame, I'm bullish, so I'm really not interested in a bearish move. Almost feels like there's no volume in the market. Like it just seems pretty flat, doesn't it? Yeah, exactly, Levere. Like liquidity was taken up here, we can see by the 4 hour candle. But I think what we need to do is we need to, let's just go back to the hourly chart. We need to come down here, like this area here, this area here. We need something. For price to move higher, we need to grab some liquidity. But I think XMT is right. I think patience is the position for now. Well, for me anyway, because like I say, I'm bullish, so I'm not interested in a short. And it could be that, manipulation could be delayed today because of CPI. So, I mean, it's only 10:16, so but I'd like to see us take, maybe Asia low, London low, new day opening gap here. This green box here is an hourly BISI, and then see price take off for higher. That's ideally what I'd like to see. It's 10:18. Macro is over. We might see more of this being taken. It'll be interesting to see if this hourly BISI holds or not, or if price goes for new day opening gap from January 8th as well. Previous day low is here. Previous day low on ES is down here at 6950. So NQ just took a London low. Monday's range, yeah. So if we look at Monday, this is Monday's low down here, previous day low. This was Monday's range. And Friday's range was just below that, right into this. Again, this is our 4-hour level that we've had on our chart for 6 weeks now. Previous low of day, yeah, it could be. Although I want to see if this busy holds or not. If this busy fails, then I think we're going for a previous day low. We're back into this 4-hour blue range again, for lack of a better word. The other interesting range on here is, just pull this over. This SIBI here. A lot of confluences in this area. We have the blue range, we have an hourly BISI, we have an hourly SIBI, and we have the daily. I mean, this is a hot spot here. It's so much easier when you look at the hourly chart, like to get perspective in terms of where we are. We just took this low. We just took this Asia low here. Price is in a downward. We'll see if the next macro delivers price down to either below this hourly BISI, maybe down to the new day opening gap. Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Monday. Range on Monday, open, high. So low's going to be down here, somewhere down here. But if that sets us up for a very bullish move up to, all-time highs, that would be phenomenal, right? Just taking a look again at the hourly here. So we have a breaker. High, low, higher, high. We could be going for lower, low. Did anybody else listen to ICT's discussion this morning? I think he started streaming at 8 a.m. just to like discuss CPI and whatnot. I only listened to him for a little bit because I think he was directing his discussion, I think, to traders who were, more new to the market kind of thing, like don't take a position prior to CPI. That kind of fatherly advice. Did any of you guys watch him this morning or listen to him? Yeah. Okay, so we've swept Asia London, landed into the new day opening gap. Until we move until we move below the daily candle. Let me just pull up the daily candle right here. Here's the daily candle. I'm bullish above this daily candle. Like until that gets broken, I'm still bullish. But who knows? I just think this area down here is a strong area of support because price has been here one, two, three times. So as long as price is below or above this daily, I'm bullish. The 10 o'clock candle has swept out all of this. Everything back from 6 p.m. last night. We've swept all of that. I know, Lavere, it's very easy to say I should have done this and I should have done that, but I mean, it's so easy to say that. It's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy, that's for sure. So this 4-hour candle has swept everything below from 6 p.m. last night. We're in this new day opening gap. ES pushing up with potentially a change in the state of delivery. But NQ still looks very weak just by looking at its wicks. No. See if we have a change in the state of delivery here. All of these candles on the way down, they're just so messy. Like if you're looking for an inverted fair value gap, yeah, there's one there. It's pretty messy. Right now, you could say NQ or ES has a change in the state of delivery. It's a little cleaner, but not much on the left-hand side of the curve. I'm still not interested in this. I think price is going to go lower. This could just be a pullback, a retracement. Again, in this mess down here, a 15-second or a 30-second chart would be helpful to see if there's, fair value gap, if there's more clarity. So now this is above change in the state of delivery. $10.36, not in a macro yet. Just looks like just a pullback and then a continuation lower. Right at the consequent encroachment of this hourly BISI, we've got this rejection here. But again, I think to Levere's point, I think that previous day low is a pretty strong pull. This 1 hour fair value gap down to the consequent encroachment, it has been, but not past that. Unless I'm missing something. Hmm. Yeah, like according to ICT, I think it was his video from January 2nd where he discusses large fair value gaps from previous strong ranges are reutilized. I think it was that video from January 2nd. that he discusses that. We're coming into the 2:45 macro, or sorry, 10:45. I think we might get a continuation lower, but this 1 hour busy here. See if that holds. But I think the previous day low is a pretty strong pull. Let's see what the 10:45 brings, and then if there's nothing, if I don't find anything this morning, I'm going to come back and take a look at the chart at 2 p.m. Pullback, price distortion. See if this macro brings the next leg down. Guys, for me in general, like I just don't like this type of price action. I want to see through macros. I want to see very definitive. I want to see some strength. I want to see some volatility. I want to see some strong candles. I want to see some fair value gaps form. I mean, just looking at the 1 minute on this, there's very few fair value gaps. It's just price retracing, moving down, retracing, moving down, retracing, moving down. It's even on the way back up, it's going to be high resistance liquidity. This is, when we talk about having a system to trade, when we talk about having an entry model, one has to consider the environment that one's in. And what I mean by that is, what environment does your model, your entry model thrive in? That's the question, right? And when I look at this, um, yeah, I mean, you could look at the top and say, gosh, I wish I had grabbed that short, but it was a grind down. It's not like the kind of market that I don't want to be in the market for 2 or 3 hours. I want to be in the market for 30 minutes. I want to see from point A, point of interest, to point B, and I want to see price get there, priced by IPTA. run for something that's easy to see, meaningful, and um, works with my system. And I'm not seeing anything here. Like this is garbage. This is price distortion. There's there's no easy way to see whether we're going further down or whether price is going to build some structure and move up. Like this to me is nothing. And when I look at this, I say to myself, okay, good job being patient this morning because this is not the environment that I like to trade in. And I'm okay with that. I am okay to wait for when I see the environment in which my model works well in. And this is just, it's ambiguity to me. Yeah, exactly, Livia. Like, it actually feels like there's almost no volume in the market, which is really, really weird for CPI day. But again, right, like we've made some higher highs here. We still have previous month high to get to if it wants to go there. But we're gonna have to see some gas in the tank here. I like to see maybe price come back to this 4-hour level again, load up, and then make a next leg up. That's ideally what I would like to see. But this type of price action with no fair value gaps, even on the 1 minute, it's brutal. Now we're in a macro now. Let's see if we get like the next leg down with a bit of strength, something. For ES, this was just a pullback. This was just a pullback up here. So see if we get down to next leg down. And I know what you're saying, Levere. You're saying, gosh, I wish I would have taken that short this morning. Yeah, you know what? But not every trade is going to be your trade, right? Not every trade is going to be my trade. And for me, 2026 is about being incredibly disciplined and patient and waiting for my model to show up in the environment in which it operates well. And I am okay for letting the rest go because those days of me literally trading everything that I could see on the chart of ICT, it wasn't doing me any favors. So get some nice movement up here. Yeah, XMT. You know what? We don't have 30 years of trading experience behind us. And, I've just come to the conclusion that I'm going to become an expert in my model. And I'm going to know what environment it works in and what it doesn't work in. And I'm going to be disciplined enough to stay in my lane, so to speak. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to feel disappointment that you should have seen this off the fair value gap. Okay, like whatever. But you can't go into the playground and be on all the swings and the slide at the same time. Choose your weapon. I think we're just, I think we may thrash around here for a while, and then I think it's going to be interesting to come back at 2 p.m., even though I don't like trading the afternoon market. But I think I'm going to come back and take a look at 2 p.m. and see if the market has found its footing somewhere. Yeah, well, I mean, we still have 2 more days of pretty volatile news, right? So it's only Tuesday. It's only Tuesday. PPI and what is it? Unemployment on Thursday. I mean, those are still two pretty big. But I at least want to see some meaningful movement between a point of interest and point B, right? Yeah, this is a bearish breaker, right? Low, high, lower, low, low, high, lower, low. low, high, lower, low. I think we all agree that, it's always great to take a trade. It's always great to, feel that like you're doing something. But when it comes to trading, the amount of doing does not equal money in the bank, right? Like we're programmed that doing in your business or your work or in your school, that the more activity, the more doing you do, the more valuable you are, the more you bring to the table. But that's not true for trading. And when we look at the chemistry of our brains are wired for millions of years to be involved in the chase and the kill. That's what our brains are wired for, right? Run from either fear of being eaten or the chase of the kill. That's what we're wired for. And in trading, that will not serve us. Those chemicals in our brain will not serve us. And we have to find a way to rewire the brain that more activity does not equal what it equals in the wild. Exactly, and that's why trading is hard, because we're not programmed to sit here on our hands and explain to our family why we've sat here for 7 hours and have nothing to show for it. Like that's why people think, or they draw judgment, right? But that's the reality of trading. And so this is a little push up here. Okay, so changing the state of delivery here. Sibby, Bissy, coming out of a new day opening gap. Maybe. High, low, higher, high. Low, high, lower, low, higher, high. Let's see if we come back. Yeah, it's 10:55. Just we don't have an SMT down here. We've got the change in the state of delivery. Bissy is Sibby, a breaker. There's no SMT. I like this. I wish I had an SMT. This is a 10-minute on YM. Like that entry. I'm going to wait. I'm going to see if price pulls back even to the change in the state of delivery. I just want to see if we can pull back into an area of better value. 10:59, there's still 15 minutes in the macro. The hourly wicks to the above, and on the downside wick here, I don't like the whole thing. I think I'm gonna skip the morning here, guys, and I think I'm gonna come back at 2 o'clock and see if there's any more definition to the market. I don't like this either. I don't see this as strength. I still think there's room to drop lower. I don't like the environment this morning. This could be a potential retracement back into, potentially an area of an area of premium somewhere up here, maybe even back to this first fair value gap, or even into here. No, I think it's just a pullback, a retracement. So guys, it's 11:03. There's nothing here for me this morning, and so I think I'm just gonna get on with my day. I am gonna come back at 2 and see if anything happens at that 1:45 to 2:15, or I prefer the time frame 2:45 to 3:15. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But this environment, this price action is not it's not my jam. It's not it's not definitive enough for me. And I'm being a lot more discerning with my trades these in 2026. That's my goal. So just looking at these 4-hour candles, there's very tight range. We're in a very tight range. So anyway, that's it, guys. That's all I got. There will be no trade for me this morning, and I will take a peek at the charts this afternoon. But we'll see what happens. Otherwise, I'll be back tomorrow morning at 9:15. So you guys have a good day, safe day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.